fuck is wrong with his camera? Okay. Hi everybody, my name is Gaming Mule and welcome to Gaming with Mule live on Daydreamer Gaming. We are back today with some Elite Dangerous in virtual reality. We are back in the Mule Explorer, and after our immense journey to Jaques Station, it's already time to move on. I've had a little wander around the Colonia system. We've checked out some of the planets. It's been quite interesting, and we've kind of re-outfitted some of the ship. We've got a better fuel scoop. We've got a little bit more jump range, admittedly only slightly more, only a few light years more. But I've gotten rid of some of the dead weight. I've gotten rid of the some of the cargo holds, a few of the bits and bobs. And it's time to crack on, I think. It's time to continue our journey. I do want to take one last picture of us alongside Jaques Station, though, before we crack on with anything else. While we're here, let's take a look at that. I like that a lot. Boom. Excelente. As you can see, now that we've reached Jaques Station, I feel that I'm a seasoned explorer now, hence the Star Trek outfit this evening. I feel that I am now an official explorer in the Elite Dangerous universe, and I don't have anything that resembles our delightful jumpsuit here, so I've had to stick with the Star Trek outfit. It's good to get some use out of it after all these years, I think. So, where are we heading? Well, as we have ventured this far into deep space, there is merely one logical place to go, which is, of course, the center of the galaxy, Sagittarius A, which is, from where we are now at Jaques Station, let's find out how far away that is. 11,000 light years away. Holy smokes. So that's about halfway to where Jaques Station was compared to the bubble when we travelled there. And you can see how dense the stars are around Sagittarius A, the supermassive black hole at the centre of the Milky Way. So yeah, this is how far we travelled before. We made it to Jaques Station yesterday. As I say, I made a very, very brief stop in Jaques Station. I will return here at some point to Jaques Station. Delightful system to be in. But we need to go further. This is an exploration mission, and we need to continue. So, I need to plot the way that I'm going to go. Hold on, I'm going to come out the galaxy map and then go back into it. If there is anybody watching, by the way, please say hi in the chat, even though I've got this goddamn thing all over my face. I'm still going to kind of look up like that, and I'll be able to see your comments. So yeah, please say hi in the comments if you're watching. Right, so we need to plot. We need to do some plottage. Now, I'm not sure about the depth. Right, so Sagittarius A is higher depth-wise than where we are now. So if I'm going to start to plot a route there, I need to make sure that I change the depth as well as we move closer and closer towards the center of the galaxy. So, we're going to do this with baby steps like we did on our way to Colonia. Baby steps, right. And we're going to raise the bar a little bit. Boom. So let's see what we've got around here. Oh, we're not quite... Oh, bollocks! Sorry, guys. Fucking controls in this game. Right. Okay, so that looks about the same distance as the last kind of bookmark that we placed. I need to raise it ever so slightly. Only a little bit, I think. Right, that looks promising. This looks like a promising area to get to. There we go. Right. I'm really hoping that we come across some black holes on this journey and some neutron stars. That would be really, really nice. I can't see any around here, though. But it's kind of hard to see in VR. If I'm going to do a search for black holes, I might be better off doing this in just like on a normal laptop or something. But not to worry. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So we're going to have to say goodbye to Jaques Station and hello to the center of the galaxy. While we're here, I think we might as well take another picture in front of this planet here. Colonia 4, I think this one is. Boom. Right. Let's make some magic. If anybody watched my stream yesterday on my arrival at Jaques Station, you will know that it was the worst landing ever. I think I'm going to probably post like a condensed version of that video on my own channel. Maybe this evening or over the next coming week anyway. Because that was a terrible, terrible landing. I crashed inside Jaques Station and I thought it was game over for the Mule Explorer, but we're okay. Now when we get to this first start, I really want to find out how good this new fuel scoop is. I think I got a 5B or a class 5B or C fuel scoop, which should hopefully be a vast improvement to what we had before. So let's move in. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Look how fast that goes up. Holy shit. With my last one, the scoop rate was 176 a second, and that's just short of 500. This is gonna make this journey so much faster and so much easier. I mean, our jump range isn't that much improved, but oh god, we're gaining a little bit of heat here. But yeah, our jump range isn't that much improved, but our fuel scoopage is very much improved. So that is fucking awesome. Absolutely marvellous. Right, we'll start to cool down a little bit and then we will begin to head off again. I'm losing a bit of tracking with my headset for some reason. I'm not too sure why. No, I think we're okay again now. I don't really know what happened there. It's a bit wobbly bobbly. Wobbly bobbly, but that's fine. That's okay. So yeah, anybody watching, please say hi in the comments. If you want to check out any of my previous Elite Dangerous episodes, then please be sure to subscribe to the Daydreaming Gaming channel. Also, if you want to see any of my future Elite Dangerous episodes, then please subscribe to the Daydreaming Gaming channel. Also, check out my own channel, the Gaming Mule channel. You'll find a link to that in the homepage of the Daydreaming Gaming channel that you are watching right now. I've got all kinds of content on my channel. I might even put some out there this evening. I'm mostly streaming at the minute. Oh, double star action. Love a bit of double star action. Right, let's see how quickly we can, because if we can just like zip around a star, oh man, how amazing is this? This fuel scoop is such a huge improvement. It's unreal. I mean, bear in mind that it took me 2 weeks to get to Colonia. I wasn't playing the game every single day, but I did do some quite hardcore stints in the game. So in theory, technically, if I'm going to be playing this at the same rate, it's going to take me a week to get to Sagittarius A. But with these fuel scoops, I'm going to save so much time. I don't even know. Oh, did I do a discovery scan in that system? I don't know. I was so excited to use my. Oh, we had a bit of lag there. That's a bit strange. I think I was so excited then to check out my fuel scoop that I didn't even do a scan of the system. Oh, look at this. We only have to spend a couple of seconds each time in the in each system. This is brilliant. Brilliant! Engage number 1. See, I've got to do that when wearing this outfit. Although technically I'm a commander, aren't I? And I'm wearing captain's pips in this. I think I'm going to have to take one off. So yeah, we spent very little time in the Colonia in the Jaques system. Why aren't we? The fuck? Why is my discovery scanner not scanning? Computer, why the hell is my discovery scanner not working? God damn it! Oh, I've not set it up in a fire group. That's why. That'll be why then. Data link scanner. That's new, isn't it? That was added in the Commanders update, wasn't it? Data link scanner. That was nothing around here anyway. Fucking pointless then. Lit's in the chat. How's it going, man? Sup, Mule Mundo? How's it going, man? Seeing that outfit makes me want to go watch the Picard song. Now imagine if you went for that 7mm scoop. I know. I don't think it's needed though. Well, there was another scoop, a class 6B or a 6A that was about 23 million, which would have taken up nearly all of my credits that I've earned on this journey so far. But that must have been like the most amazing thing ever. But I think that's probably more reserved for bigger ships such as the Anaconda or something like that. So I'm glad I didn't go for that. I'm quite happy with this. I mean, if I just stop here for a couple of seconds. Look how quick that fuel is going up. Oh, that is amazing. Right, we might as well speed up. I probably didn't even need to slow down then. I could have just carried on. I think that's what I'm going to do. Every half dozen systems or something I might need to stop and actually scoop up some fuel, but that is fucking awesome. And the heat management on this ship is so good that the temperature starts to go down really quick, so I can go into hyperspace again relatively quickly. Look at these stars, they're so awesome, so dense, and it's going to get even denser. One thing I noticed actually, well, I watched some of the video back yesterday because I wanted to watch myself crash into Jaques Station again, and one thing that doesn't do the game justice when you're watching this on YouTube, or when you're playing the game just normally on a monitor or on your laptop or whatever, is you don't get a sense of how spacious the cockpit is in the Aspect Explorer. It looks really tiny and compact, I noticed, when looking at the game on screen. But when you're in virtual reality, it's a really quite a spacious cockpit. I'm not kind of enclosed or anything like that. It's really quite big. That's why it feels like a conservatory, because it's so big. And you don't really get a sense of that when watching it back, unfortunately. I just thought I'd mention that because I know I've seen on like forums and stuff like that people like comparing cockpits. And people say how small the Aspect Explorer cockpit is, but compared to other things like the Sidewinder or the Viper and things like that, or the Cobra, it's quite a spacious cockpit. I really like it. I love this ship. It's great. I'm missing my Dolphin a little bit though. I bought the Dolphin the day the Commander's update came out, 2.3. But pretty much straight after that is when I decided to set off to... Oh, have we... Hold on, let's cancel that a second. There we go. But pretty much, like, very soon afterwards, I did some, like, passenger missions, and then I decided to head off on this exploration mission. So I'm starting to miss my fancy pants Dolphin. And I'm probably not going to spend any time in it again, because when I go back to the bubble, I'm going to have enough money to get either an Orca or a Beluga, depending on how well we do. What is the next ship you are aiming for, asks Litz. Well, as I just said, my next ship that I'm likely to get is going to be the Orca, which is a luxury passenger liner, which I can probably afford that now, actually, with the 40 million that I've got. But it all depends on the kind of upgrades that I'm going to need to get for it. By the time I get back to the bubble, I'll have probably doubled the amount of money I've got. So that means I would be able to afford a Beluga, which is the biggest passenger class liner. But I'm going to have to spend an awful lot of money outfitting that. So I don't know whether to play it safe with the Orca or go a bit hardcore on the Beluga and slowly build it up. Because if I've got the Orca, I can upgrade it straight away with the amount of money that I'm going to have. But the Beluga, I probably won't have enough. The ultimate goal is to get an Anaconda, but they're 140 million, so I still need to get about another 100 million. And that's just the stock kind of Anaconda. It's not. That's going to need to be upgraded and whatnot also. But that's what the ultimate goal is, the Anaconda. Well, actually, the ultimate goal really would be the Imperial Clipper or the Federal Corvette. But A, they are ridiculous amounts of money, and B, you need to be really chummy with either the Imperials or the Federation to be able to get them, and I'm not very chummy with either of them, and apparently the grinds to get as chummy as you need to get with them is horrific. And I think they mean the size of the pit in relation to the ship. No, when I was looking on some of these forums, I mean, I'm sure that there are comparisons. Oh, God, I lost some tracking again then. That's weird. Hold on. But in the particular forum that I was looking at on the particular thread, they were comparing the sizes of the cockpits to other ships, and they were saying how compact. The Explorers, they were saying that it's just like a tiny little cockpit, not much bigger than others. Whereas I disagree, I think it is quite a bit bigger than some of the others, such as like the Viper or the Sidewinder and things like that. And in these, like I say, in the video when you watch it, like you're watching it now, it probably looks quite small. When actually, when you're in VR and you're actually inside the cockpit, it's quite big, it's quite spacious, it's nice, I like it. The old Mule Explorer. Don't know why I'm tapping my desk there like I'm actually flying this ship. Oh, I keep losing tracking there for some reason. I don't know. I really don't know why. It's like the game's loading up a bit. It's possible that it's because I'm getting ever closer and closer to the center of the galaxy, and there's so many star systems in the vicinity now that it's using up more memory than it would do normally. But that's just an assumption. It might be something else that's causing that. I don't know. Frameshift drive charging. But it seems to be when we come out of hyperspace, which is a bit strange. It might be as it's plotting the next route. No, it should have already done that in the galaxy map, actually. I don't know. No, I didn't do it that time. That's good. So, somebody forwarded me a link earlier today, actually, concerning Elite Dangerous, about something that I didn't hear of at the time. I think it was on an event that happened on the 29th of April, back in the bubble. I know that at the minute, one of the, a particular... I'm not sure if he's a YouTuber. He might be a YouTuber, or he might just be a writer. A guy called Drew
who's been writing a novel set in the Elite Dangerous universe. They set up like a community event where 3,000, I think it said 3,000 commanders got together for like a massive fight, kind of in the world of this novel that this guy Drew has written, and it sounded amazing. And I didn't hear about it beforehand. I didn't hear about it until today. And if I was in the bubble at the time, I would have loved to have seen that. I think I'm going to have to check out YouTube to see if there's any... Well, there's going to be videos of it somewhere. I'm sure there's probably some on the Elite Dangerous YouTube channel itself. But I was reading about it today, and it sounded immense. And it sounded like a huge feat, because this wasn't something that the Frontier set up themselves in-game. This was something that the community themselves created, and that just sounded absolutely amazing. Hey, who knows? I might be able to start playing by that time, says Lit. Yeah, it'd be good. You should definitely get this game when you can. It's great. They're bringing it out on PlayStation soon. I mean, I know you say that you wanted to wait until you got a better graphics card for your computer before you can get this, but you know, obviously graphics cards are very expensive. So, I mean, if you're looking for a more affordable thing, then it might be worth you getting it on PlayStation. Although I'm not sure if it's going to be cross-platform. I think I talked about this on one of my streams the other day, as I wasn't sure that it was going to be cross-platform. And somebody did say in the chat that it wasn't going to be, which is a huge shame if that is the case. But quite frankly, like multiplayer-wise on this, multi-crew or sorry. Yeah, I haven't tried any multi-crew or anything like that, and I've never winged up with anybody. I do have one friend that does play this game, so I might have to get in contact with him and see if we can wing up or something. But that's the only thing I've not really experienced so far in Elite Dangerous. I'm hoping with all of this exploration that I'm doing as I'm ranking up and stuff like that, I can actually start to catch up with all the rest of the Horizons players. I can start, you know, concentrating on engineers and getting bigger ships, and then I can start doing things that, hopefully discovering some of the things that have been kicking about in Elite Dangerous recently, such as like the alien sightings and the generation ship and things like that. I'd love to be able to kind of do that once I get back to the bubble and once I've sorted myself out a little bit. It'd be great to not feel like a beginner anymore, because I checked earlier and I've put 165 hours into this game so far, and I still feel like, up until recently, I still felt like a complete beginner. But I'm starting to feel like I'm getting my head around things like the mechanics of the game. But some of the things there's some things that I've barely experienced in this game, such as like, I've done very little combat in this game. I've done very little like bounty hunting and assassinations and stuff like that. I mean, as you can see from my ranks, I mean, I'm a merchant trader, which isn't bad, I suppose. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible either. I'm a pathfinder, very soon to be whatever the next rank is, explorer-wise, but on combat, I'm still mostly harmless. I've done very little combat-wise, so when I get back to the bubble, I might just like get myself an eagle or something, like, or just something else that's good for combat, and just go on a load of bounty hunter missions and see about getting my rank up in combat, because I'm quite happy with my rankage at the minute, but combat is terrible. CQC is terrible as well, but I don't really care about CQC at the minute. So Lit says, may want to get the Orca and upgrade it before going for the Beluga. Maybe. I don't know. I'm undecided. I really want a Beluga though, because I feel like if I'm gonna buy another passenger liner, I want the biggest one. Because I haven't got any big ships yet.
So I really want a beluga. Even though an orca is also a large ship that can only land on large landing pads, I think, just as the beluga. I still want to go for a large ship. I really want to get a large ship. I can't afford an anaconda. So I want to get a beluga. But again, that is an incredibly long way away. I wonder how many jumps away we are from the first bookmark. Because I've been blitzing through these bad boys so quickly, I don't know how far away we are. Only 4 jumps away. How long have we been streaming for? Only half an hour, and I did a bit of talking at the start, so we're making great progress. And we're filling up the fuel tank, like, every time, pretty much, we get to a new star. Look at that. Fuel scoop complete. God. Fuel is no longer a worry in this game. Yes! Thank God. Engage number 1. Also, if you get Elite Dangerous, that means you can join me in my cockpit. I've got like a below me. But I said below me there, not below me, by the way. Like, hold on a minute. Let me just get on target for here. So if you look behind me there, there's a hatch down there, and that leads down to like another cockpit. I've essentially got 2 cockpits in the ship, ready for multi-crew. Although I haven't got anything in here on this ship that you can actually use in multi-crew. I've got no turrets or anything like that, and the ship's not big enough for a fighter hangar, so I don't really know what you would actually do in multi-crew on an Asp Explorer. I'm assuming you can get turrets, and then other crew members can control them. I don't know. I need to have a look at multi-crew. I've not had a look at it yet. It's definitely something I need to check out. The stars are already getting denser, I'm thinking, kids. We're not even going to see the blackness of space once we get near to Sagittarius A. Oh, love this fuel scoop. Love it. Why, oh why didn't I get one of these fuel scoops before I left this bubble for Jaques Station?
Frameshift drive charging.
What the hell is wrong with my chat? Does this sometimes. Right. You're in an Asp, right? Is it the Scout or the Explorer? This is the Asp Explorer that I am in. Excellent all-round ship. From what I've heard, actually, I've not done any combat in the Asp Explorer, but I've heard that the only downside to doing combat in the Asp is that it's quite wide and flat, so basically it's got an enormous arse that just needs shooting when you're in it. It just loves to get shot at when you're in a combat situation, but it's very, very maneuverable. I think it's the maneuverability in this is probably better than my Viper Mark IV that I had before this. I love that Viper Mark IV though, that was a great ship. I've loved all the ships. The one that I've... And I was in that Viper Mark IV for so long. I spent so many hours in that. I can't even remember what it's like to fly a Sidewinder. If there's anybody watching as well that hasn't actually played Elite Dangerous before, doesn't really know much about Elite Dangerous, then I just want to make it clear. I've tried to make it clear on a few of these streams, but I don't want to put people off from buying Elite Dangerous thinking it's boring. I just want to make it clear that you know, this isn't the only thing that you can do in Elite Dangerous. This is something that probably the minority of the community have done, is go out this far and explore. The majority... Oh, we've reached our bookmark. The majority of players will be in the bubble area, which is around Sol, which is the solar system that we live in. where Earth and Jupiter, Saturn, blah 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 is. That kind of area of space with the stars around there is where most people hang out, and they do missions such as you can do trade missions, you can do piracy, you can do passenger transportation, you can do all kinds of things. What I'm doing at the minute is purely exploring the galaxy. So, wow, we got that far in that amount of time. God, we're gonna fucking blitz this. That looks about the same, doesn't it? Just check the old depth. I should probably worry a bit more about depth when we get a bit closer to Sagittarius A. I'll just move up a little bit. Right. Next bookmark. Boom. That'll do. Oh, oh, bollocks! I keep doing that! That was too far away for the galaxy map to handle, so let's go... that looks about... Hold on. Does that look too far? I don't know. Right, let's try there. Aha! Boom! Right, let's crack on, shall we, kids?
Frameshift drive charging.
Fucking hell, look at that.
3, 2.
And this is only going to get brighter. I'm absolutely loving these streams at the minute. I'm really enjoying playing Elite Dangerous. Such a great game, and I love the exploration in it. And just the sights of it, and playing it in virtual reality is just adds so much to the game as well. Ah, don't crash into the star. I really can't crash anymore. Because as far as I'm aware, there's no other outposts or anything on the way to Sagittarius A. Now that we've been to all of the outposts on the way to Jaques Station, and we've been to Jaques Station, I don't think there's anything else on the way towards Sagittarius A. So I really need to be careful about crashing into stars. That's something that I really need to be careful about. Because if I lose my ship, I lose all my exploration data, and it's going to be the worst thing ever. Now what I'm pondering is, when I get to Sagittarius A, and after I've looked at Sagittarius A, the supermassive black hole in the centre of the galaxy, is whether or not to head back to Jaques Station, like take a detour to Jaques Station, and then head back to the bubble, or just head straight back to the bubble from Sagittarius A. I don't know what to do. Any suggestions would be fantastic. Litz is obviously checking out the Elite Dangerous wiki as he's having a look at the Federal Corvette. Personally, I prefer the Imperial Clipper, but there's no point in even thinking about it because it's going to be a long time till I can get an Imperial Clipper or a Federal Corvette. But yeah, Imperial Clipper for me all the way. They look really awesome. They look really sleek and smooth and balanced. So yeah, anybody else that's watching, please be sure to say hi in the comments. I really enjoy the company on these trips. And if this is your first time at Daydreamer Gaming, please be sure to hit that like, subscribe and share buttons. Also be sure to check us out on Twitter at Daydreamer Gaming. And also be sure to follow me on Twitter, GamingMule88, and also be sure to check out my own channel, which is the Gaming Mule channel. I do all kinds of streams on there. You'll find a link to that on the homepage to the Daydreamer Gaming channel, which you're watching right now. It's down the right-hand side, Gaming Mule. Check it out. I don't always wear a Star Trek outfit, but I felt the need to today, now that I feel like I'm becoming a seasoned explorer. I don't know why I'm rubbing myself like this. I just love the feel of my Star Trek outfit. I feel like Captain Picard, although people say I look more like Will Riker, which is true. I could spend a bit more time in these systems, actually scanning the stars and the planets, because I'm going to come across a lot of places now that have never been explored before. But I really just want to kind of do this as quickly as possible if I can. If I come across anything particularly interesting, like a black hole or a neutron star, then I will definitely stop and scan those, because we'll get plenty of exploration data for them. But I haven't been searching for them. I've been hoping that I will just kind of come across some. And on my journey from the bubble to Colonia, I didn't come across a single neutron star or a single black hole, which was a huge shame. Yeah, over 200 million credits for the Imperial Clipper or the Federal Corvette. Yeah, that's right. That's a long, 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 long way away from me. Oh, I love these blue-white stars. These are so cool.
Fuel scooping.
They look great in virtual reality. Well, they look great in any case. It doesn't matter whether you're playing this in virtual reality or not. It still looks absolutely fantastic.
Fuel scooping complete.
So we're 19 jumps away from the next bookmark. And with this new fuel scoop of mine, that is not going to take any time at all. I mean, I'm only 36 minutes into this stream, and I did a lot of talking at the start. And I'm already on my way to the second bookmark, which is amazing. So much faster than it was when I did this. When I did the trip from
3, 2,
Artemis 51 or 51 Artemis, Dylan Hub in the bubble, to Colonia. I took loads of screenshots along the way. I'm going to be posting them on Facebook and Twitter probably after tonight's stream.
fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Yes. I probably don't need to get as close to these stars now as I used to either, because the fuel scoop fills up so quickly. I could probably kind of keep my distance a little bit. Is this a Tauri star? Was that Tauri star? I didn't quite see that. What kind of star is this
3, 2,
that we're about to enter? No, nothing spectacular. I've obviously come across these stars before. I've just never paid any attention to what kind they are. Bit of double star action here. Look at that over there. Fantastic sights. Love it. Lit says, when I enter Elite, I'll be navigating the universe in a small blue police box.
frameshift drive charging.
Now they would definitely be very spacious, to be fair. Although I'm sorry to say this, even though I'm a massive science fiction fan, I love Star Wars, I love Star Trek. I watched a bit of Farscape earlier, which was great. I love Farscape. I love Firefly, Alien, fucking Planet of the Apes, if you can really call that science fiction. Well, it is science fiction, but you know what I mean. I love science fiction. But one of the few things I do not like or have never gotten into is Doctor Who, which I know is really bad for a British person that's a science fiction fan. But I've just never been able to get into Star Trek. Star Trek, fucking Doctor Who. What? I've got Star Trek on the brain today because I'm wearing this bad boy. Yeah, never been able to get into Doctor Who. I watched it a bit when David Tennant was in it. I like the Christmas special with David Tennant and Kylie Minogue in it. That was good. And they always show that at Christmas. I think that's probably the most popular Christmas special. But I've not seen any of the Peter Capaldi stuff. It's really hard to watch Peter Capaldi in Doctor Who because I'm so used to seeing him as Malcolm Tucker in the thick of it, and if he's not swearing his head off and calling people all names under the sun, then I feel really uncomfortable. I feel really uncomfortable watching it. It just doesn't feel right.
Fuel scooping. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, did I press that a bit too soon? Nah, we're all good. We're all good in the hood, man. Right, we've got another blue-white star coming up. I love the blue-white stars. They look amazeballs.
Fuel scooping.
I like how the blue-white stars as well kind of differ in colour depending on which one you come across. Like this one's a lot more white, but sometimes you find one that's just like really vividly blue, and in VR it kind of makes you go, oh Jesus, that is a heavily bright star.
Frameshift drive charging.
And I love coming across them, they're great. Oh, have we gone a bit too... Yeah, well I pressed that a bit too soon there. There we go, that's better.
Frameshift drive charging.
Boom! Yes, right.
Fuel scooping.
Also, anybody in the comments that is a fan of Elite Dangerous, anybody that's watching that's a fan of Elite Dangerous, you know, get on in the comments, have a chat to me. I need the company in this lonely exploration mission. Tell me about your experiences in Elite Dangerous. Tell me if you've made this journey to Sagittarius A, or if you've made the journey to Colonia, Jaques Station. Let me know how long it took you, what kind of ships you've been using. I'm genuinely interested to know what you guys are doing in this game, if you're already playing it, or if you're thinking of picking up Elite Dangerous. Ask me some questions. I'm by no means an expert, but I can certainly give you my opinions and my thoughts on the game, certainly at the point where I am in the game. Like I say, I'm no expert, I'm not elite in any ranks yet. Maybe one day in exploration with all of this I'm doing, but it's still a hell of a long way off. Also, if anybody's got any pointers on how likely I am to come across a black hole on the way to Sagittarius A, or any neutron stars on the way to Sagittarius A, then please let me know in the comments as well. Farscape is awesome, says Lit. I completely agree. In fact, I'm thinking of doing another run on Farscape. I want to watch it again because fucking love Farscape. Because it was on. I was just flicking through some channels earlier, and an episode of it was on. It wasn't one that I'm familiar with. It was in season 1, and season 1's probably the series that I watch the least, because that's when, you know, the characters aren't all still yet developed, and they're not all like proper team yet, and they all kind of hate each other mostly into the first season, don't they? But then, like as the seasons progress, it gets better and better. And obviously, at the start of season 1 is before the greatest villain in any science fiction TV show has ever that's ever been. It's Scorpius. I don't know if I made sense there. What I was trying to say was, at the point in season 1 where this episode was, we have yet to meet the greatest science fiction TV villain that there ever has been, which is, of course, Scorpius. Because in a lot of these TV shows, not just science fiction shows, but at that time, I think it was still the 90s when Farscape was out, villains tended to be daft idiots that were just incompetent and they were like, I'll get you next time, John Crichton. Whereas Scorpius in Farscape was actually an awesome villain because he was clever and he was patient and he was you know, conniving, and he always had a plan, and he was, you know, in a lot of instances he was quite successful in being a bad guy.
Fuel scooping.
And that was kind of unheard of in the 90s around that time. Most villains were idiotic. In television shows, anyway.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, we've got somebody in the comments. Hold on. We've got a new person. Hold on. It's a name that I cannot pronounce. I'm going to assume that that's Russian. Or... well, it might not be. Either way... where are you from? But either way, your English is impeccable. I've played only the original Elite on my ZX Spectrum many years ago. Awesome. This is the first Elite game I have ever played. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah, this is the only Elite game that I've ever played. I've never played any of the others, unfortunately. It's something that I would really like to try, though. I'm sure that you can get, like, emulators and stuff like that, where you can play the original on PC. Quite recently, I went to Doncaster with some friends of mine to a retro gaming market, and I found a boxed copy of the original Elite Dangerous there. And I was really tempted to get it. I can't remember how much it was. I said Elite Dangerous then, sorry, I meant the original Elite. I was really tempted to buy it. I can't remember how much it was. It was a bit too steep for me at that time. But I'm kind of regretting it now. I kind of wish that I did buy it, just so that I can basically put it on the geek shelf behind me, which you probably can't... oh, you can probably see a little bit of it in the camera. But I really wish I bought it. I might have to try it, actually. In fact, I think probably some of that would be quite good, seeing as I've been doing a lot of these Elite Dangerous streams at the minute, is actually sorting out an emulator, like a Spectrum emulator or something like that, and trying out the original Elite and posting a video here on Daydreamer Gaming or on my own channel. Good idea, actually. Whatever your name is, which I can't pronounce because I can't understand the writing on your name, you've just inspired me for that. So well done, thank you.
Fuel scooping.
Right, it's 8 jumps away from the next bookmark.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, have we charged that at the wrong time? No, we're all good. We're all good. Yes, Russian. Oh, I'm so happy I got that right. I was really worried then that I got it wrong. Excellent. I don't think I've ever had a Russian in the comments before. That's great. I was saying in another stream the other day, I had somebody from Poland and somebody from Italy that was watching the stream, and I was like, that's so great. It's amazing that people from so much far away are watching me dick about in a virtual reality headset, talking bollocks, wearing a Star Trek outfit. It's just so great that people would spend time watching me. It's very humbling, and I was discussing this with one of my fellow daydreamers, Sonny, at the other day about this, and he said exactly the same thing. It's like, it's so great, and we really appreciate anybody that watches this channel. We really do appreciate it. Anybody that subscribes, anybody that likes any videos, it genuinely really helps, and we genuinely really appreciate it. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, check out my own channel as well, which is in a link on the homepage to this channel that you're watching this on now. So appreciated, honestly, genuinely is. And as I say as well, any suggestions, anything that anybody wants to see us play, we'll definitely take on board. If there's anything that you want to see me do in Elite Dangerous, then let me know as well, and if I can do it, I will do. If anybody can give me any advice on these travels, again, that's much appreciated. Any Elite Dangerous veterans out there that can kind of pass on their expert wisdom, I will gladly listen to that.
So we're averaging about 29 light years a jump now, which is good because I think I was I think I was able to do 29 light years a jump when I was on my way to Jaques before I'd made a few changes, but on average it was generally lower than that. So I think our jump range has slightly improved, which is great. The fuel scooping is fantastic. I haven't had to like stop and wait for my fuel tank to fill up now that we've got this far superior fuel scoop to what we had before. I just have to zip around the stars and then head on straight to the next system, which is bloody brilliant, I have to say. And I don't need to get as close to the stars anymore, so we can cool down quicker.
Fuel scooping complete.
So I need to kind of practice keeping my distance a little bit, I think.
Frameshift drive charging.
So I may have engaged the hyperdrive a bit too soon there. No, that's fine. The frame shift drive's charging now. The temperature's going down. It's all good.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah, right. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm going to read those comments out in a second. I just want to make sure I don't crash into this star.
Fuel scooping.
So it looks like Lit's been on Google Translate. Ilya? Am I saying that right? Or is it Ilya? Or am I reading that wrong, says Lit? I've been having a really boring evening, so I started live stream hopping. You may call me by my nickname Elliot. Elliot it is. Brilliant. Thanks for joining, Elliot. Or Ilya, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm not picking my nose, people. I just get a really itchy nose when using this goddamn headset. So don't think that I'm literally just shoving my nose inside my brain. Right, how far are we away from the next bookmark? 4 jumps from the next bookmark. So I'm going to be doing these streams as often as possible. A few times a week. No particular days. But I'll try to post my schedule on Twitter. So if you want to check me out on Twitter at GamingMule88, and also check out Daydreamer Gaming as well on Twitter, then I'll keep you all informed as to when I'm likely to be streaming. If I do stream, I normally start somewhere between 8 and 9. And also, I'm doing a lot of live streams on my own channel as well. I'm playing a lot of Final Fantasy X at the minute on my own channel. So if you're a Final Fantasy fan, then be sure to check that out, because I'm having an absolute whale of a time playing that at the minute. I'm mostly doing endgame stuff now. I'm working towards kind of leveling up all my characters and kind of getting all of the celestial weapons and things like that. And then, hopefully, very soon, I'm going to start kicking some ass with some Dark Aeons. Ooh, yeah!
Frameshift drive charging.
So if that's something you're interested in, again, check out my own channel as well, Gaming Mule. At some point soon, now that Arkham VR is out on the Oculus and on the Steam store, I'm going to be playing that soon as well. Might play that on this channel, might play it on my own channel. Undecided as of yet, so just subscribe to both! And then you'll always know when me or one of my colleagues are doing a stream.
Fuel scooping.
So yeah, undecided as to whether or not I'm going to return to Colonia after I've been to Sagittarius A. I might do, because I want to unload all of my exploration data and see how much money I've made. And also, I'd love to get my... I'm only 3% away from the next Explorer rank, which would be really nice to get before getting back to the bubble. But that is, as I've said, an awfully long way away. An incredibly long way away. Still no black holes or anything like that. Next time...
Fuel scooping.
We're only one jump away from the next bookmark. So what I'll do is once we get to this next, once we get to the bookmark, I'll go into the galaxy map and I'll figure out like the general area that I'm going to be heading to for the next bookmark, and we'll see if we can find some black holes. Because they do just come up as like a black spot on the galaxy map. I still don't know what neutron stars look like on the galaxy map though. That's one issue. I think there is a website where I can actually like track neutron stars and find out where they are. But I'm not going to do that on stream because it'll just be you'll be watching me on my laptop just pissing about on Google, so that's not going to be entertaining for anybody. It's not going to be entertaining for me, and it's not going to be entertaining for you either, so balls to that. Boom. Right. Let's slow down. Hold on, let's just get in close enough so we can start to fuel scoop. Not that it's necessary with this new bad boy. Right, we might as well scan this star while we're at it as well. Right, let's head into the galaxy map. So, I'm looking for like a dark black spot.
Fuel scooping complete.
But I'm not seeing anything. No, I'm not seeing any black spots. Or I don't know actually. Hold on. There's one here. Oh, and then you move away and you see that it's not black. Fuck a duck. Right. Okay, hold on a minute. Right. Which direction are we headed to? We're heading in a this-a-wee direction. So about there, I would say. Right, let's zoom in here and see if we can see anything of any kind of interest. No, I'm not seeing any black spots. They are difficult to see. Let's do a bit of depth perception as well. We're going to need to go up, aren't we? We might as well go up a bit. We can plot a route to here. No, not. I really want to find a black hole! Nope, not happening. Right, we'll just plot a route to here then. Boom. Right, let's crack on, shall we? Elliot says, sometimes I stream either Dwarf Fortress or Cataclysm DDA. I have around the same number of viewers. Awesome. Sadly, I've not actually heard of either of those games. What kind of games? What kind of games are they? And Lit says, nice, 2 games that take a lot to learn to play well and where wiping is a normal part of the game. Wiping? I can only put the phrase wiping, I can only pair that with one thing. And that is certainly not something that I like doing while gaming. Unless, of course, it's Resident Evil 7. There was a lot of wiping at the start of that game. It edged off towards the end, though. There was less and less wiping as the game went along. That does say wiping, doesn't it? Ah!
Fuel scooping.
Star density seems to be quite high, says Elliot. Are you close to the centre, Sagittarius A? I wouldn't say I'm close. I mean, I'm closer than not. I mean, if I show you where I am. I know we just briefly saw that, but that's where I am at the minute. And Sagittarius A is all the way over here. So it's a long way away, but it's certainly a shorter journey than it was to reach Colonia. I started off here, travelled all the way across here. That took me 2 weeks. And I'm going to head here. But I've improved the ship now, so it won't take as long.
Drive charging.
We're making great progress, a hell of a lot of progress. I mean, I'm up to my 3rd bookmark in the space of 1 hour. We're up to an hour now. So, it's probably not going to take me long at all to get here. I mean, obviously I'm not going to do it in this stream today, but I might be able to stream the whole thing. When I was traveling to Colonia, I did an awful lot off stream, but with the progress that we're making now, I might be able to just do the whole thing on stream. So again, if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe to Daydreaming Gaming.
Fuel scooping.
Not that I'm trying to plug this at all. So happy that fuel is no longer an issue.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah, the star density is looking great, isn't it? It looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Just looking up at that is great.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, I'll read your comments in 2 secs, guys. Oh my god, my body has disappeared! Boom! Oh, double star action! Love it, love it, love it, love it. Not going to take any photos though. I took loads of photos on the way to Colonia at double stars. Although to be fair, this is a blue-white star and a yellow star, or whatever kind of star that is. We might as well take a picture actually. We've not taken a picture yet so far on the way to Sagittarius A, so hold on a minute. Let's... Well, that's pretty cool. Oh, slow down, slow down. We'll take a picture there. That's great. We're a bit too zoomed in. Hold on a minute. Let's... Can we zoom out of this? Oh, we can't zoom out. Son of a bitch. Oh, we can't zoom out on this camera angle. God damn it, Judson! Right, hold on. There's the cockpit view. I love this view. It feels like I'm just kind of like sat on my shelf. Tell you what we'll do. Turn around and we'll take a cockpit shot of that. Whoops! Hold on. That's pretty cool, I think. I like the look of that. Very nice. Oh, comments. Oh, it was wiping out, not just wiping. Says Let. Cataclysm is an open-world procedural apocalyptic sci-fi zombie survival roguelike. Jesus Christ, that is a mouthful for a game, isn't it? Let me say that again. Cataclysm is an open-world procedural apocalyptic sci-fi zombie survival roguelike with a heavy emphasis on crafting. Wow. Dwarf Fortress is, well, Dwarf Fortress. Okay. Right, let's turn around. Oh, hold on a minute. Okay. Can we zoom out a bit? Hold on. Oh, wrong controls. There we go. I like that. Always got to take pictures on these journeys, guys. Apologies. Right, let's crack on, shall we?
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, we've got, who have we got? We've got, Strit, is that in the comments? Strit. Welcome to the stream, Strit. It's asking what VR I'm using. I'm using the Oculus Rift. Which is, which I love. I love my Oculus Rift. It's a fantastic bit of kit. A lot of people, a while ago, were very against Oculus Rift. Everyone was basically always going for the HTC Vive because it had the controllers and it's got better room mapping. But And that's what the case was when I bought it. But I went for the Oculus because it was easier to set up, and it was more for like sat on your ass gaming instead of moving around. And I'm definitely a sit on your ass gamer instead of a move about see kind of person. But now that the Oculus Touch controllers are out, and you can also get multiple sensors for the Oculus, it's definitely much more of a contender to the HTC Vive now. I've got the Oculus controllers. I bought them separately because I bought this before the controllers were out, and they were a great purchase. I'm so glad they reduced them in price though, because when they first came out they were 200 quid, and I was going to buy them. I knew that I was going to buy them at some point, but I decided to wait a little bit. I don't know why, but I thought I'm just going to wait a little bit, and I'm so glad that I did, because they brought them down to £100 now, and you get the controllers and you get an additional sensor, and they're really good. They're really intuitive. I couldn't recommend the Oculus enough. There's a lot of haters out there. It's sort of become kind of like Xbox versus PlayStation. Like, no, my system's better than yours. But I love the Oculus. And it's very easy to set up. You don't have to place the lighthouse sensors in the corners of your room. You've just got if you've got the Move controllers, you have two sensors, and you just put them like a few feet apart, 3 feet apart either side of your monitor. And I occasionally get the odd drop in tracking, but I'm not sure if that's more to do with kind of like a bit of a loss of memory on my computer. You can also buy a third sensor if you want, that you can put behind you, and it's got even better tracking. I know that you didn't ask any of these questions. You only asked me what what VR I was using, but I thought, fuck it, I'll go into a bit more detail. Yeah, Mark Douglas is in the chat as well. Welcome to the stream as well. Welcome to everybody that's new to these streams. It's an absolute pleasure to have you guys here. He says definitely the Oculus, absolutely. Elliot is talking about Dwarf Fortress. It's a Dwarf Fortress is that ASCII... What? Hold on, sorry. Art game in the Museum of Modern Art, the most complex colony management simulation game, and also a roguelike. Unfortunately, all VR headsets are unaffordable to most of us Russian people. That's a shame.
Frameshift drive charging.
I mean, what kind of... why are they so unobtainable in Russia? Pardon my ignorance, not knowing much about Russian culture. So, yeah, apologies, but I'm intrigued to know as to why they're unobtainable to people in Russia. Only 15 jumps away from the next bookmark. Oh, we are making. So wish I had my ship kitted out like this when I left for Cologne. It's unbelievable. Oh, have I? I shouldn't have done that, should I? Come on, temperature, go down, go down. Good lad. So is there anybody in the chat today that that does play this game? Is there anybody watching that can give me some advice, tell me what to do, what they think I should do next once I do reach Sagittarius 8? What kind of things should I do? Unaffordable Mule, not unobtainable. Alright, okay, alright. No need to be picky. That's what I meant.
Oh, still no neutron stars. As I say, if there is anybody watching this that can leave me, can go into the comments that watch it. Sorry, let me start that again. If there is anybody watching this that does play Elite Dangerous, does anybody have any advice on what's the best kind of method to find neutron stars or black holes? Well, neutron stars and black holes actually. Without having to take the headset off and go onto Google, is there anything I can do with like the galaxy map and the filters and stuff like that that's going to increase my chances of finding like just coming across a neutron star or a black hole? Be very, very, very helpful. So, Elliot, in response to what I asked about the about VR headsets being unaffordable in Russia, really low salaries, 18% tax on top of European prices, including VAT. Oh Jesus! So is that so? You get charged 18% tax as well as the VAT that gets charged on products. Is that what you're saying? That's a huge markup.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, how long are we on? We're only at an hour and 12 minutes. And we're well on our way to the third bookmark. That's amazing. I'm so chuffed with this. $11 jumps away from the next bookmark. Unscoopable star, I think that was, by the looks of it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, it's a Class K star. They're scoopable, aren't they? Class K stars. Nah, whatever. Who gives a smeg?
3, 2, 1.
Holy smokes! Elliot says that it's double VAT. I've just checked the price of the Oculus Rift. It's around 3 times my monthly salary. Holy shit, man! That is crazy.
Fuel scooping.
I've always wanted to visit Russia, actually. I don't know anything about Russia, which is kind of amusing considering that my username, like in my in-game username, is Moscow Mule. But it's somewhere I've always wanted to visit. I've always wanted to visit Russia.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, and I'm a scientist in a federal research facility. Really? Are you genuinely? You're a scientist in a federal research facility. That sounds so interesting. Are you pulling my leg, or is that genuinely your occupation?
Fuel scooping.
Sounds like something out of like James Bond or something. A Russian that works in as a scientist in a federal research facility.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Is the federal research facility like Black Mesa or something like that? Like the Russian equivalent? My God, we're nearly at half fuel for the first time in this stream.
I'm actually, for the first time, going to have to slow down a little bit. Actually, I probably don't need to. Oh, look at that fuel. Look at it. That beautiful, lovely fuel.
Fuel scooping.
Fuel scoop just eating it up. Nom, 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 nom.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yes. Genuinely, I'm a biologist. I study physiology of plants. I have to say, though, as well, for a Russian, your English is impeccable.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Your English in these comments is better than most English people. No offense, guys.
Fuel scooping.
Look at that, like, perfect line. What the hell?
Fuel scoop
Look at that.
disengaged.
There's just like an enormous kind of black void there. How odd is that? Like, there's no stars and then just stars. Has anybody got an explanation for that in the comments? Look at that. That is so weird. Should the... What the fuck? Should that be doing that? Is this something wrong with... Is this a glitch within the game? Let's move away from this star for a second before we continue. What the fuck? Okay, I think we need a picture of this. How strange. That is the weirdest thing ever. Definitely not Black Mesa, says Elliot, but it's a nice small town dedicated to biological research. We have 9 institutes here and a radio telescope. That sounds genuinely really fascinating. That's amazing. £600, not going to get that, like, ever. Lol, says Lit. I'm assuming that you're talking about a virtual reality headset. If you want to get it with the controllers, I think it's about 700 odd quid for an Oculus. I do a lot of translation work when we publish our articles in journals. It's definitely some bug, says Elliot as well with this. It is. That's so weird, isn't it? I've never encountered that before.
Frameshift drive charging.
Just the weirdest thing ever. Perhaps now that I'm getting closer and closer to Sagittarius A, it's kind of screwing with the memory or something like that. Look at that. It's like a weird... And then it peaks at the top there. So strange.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, I think it looks like it's sort of back to normal now. I mean, they're a little bit lackluster over the... Oh, I don't know. It looks like it's starting to even out a little bit.
Disengaged.
Still, very strange.
Frameshift drive charging.
Spiral Galaxy could be the edge of one of the arms. Says, it could be, actually. That's a good point. I never thought. Elliot says it reminds you that you're in the. It reminds you that you're in the Matrix. Oh, the Matrix. I've heard recently that there's talks of them remaking the Matrix, which I just think sounds like the most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my life. I mean, let's face it. I mean, the first film was obviously amazing, but the others were shite. But I don't know what everybody's obsession is with remaking movies at the minute, especially movies that aren't even really that old. I mean, you don't need to remake The Matrix. It's just daft. Just leave stuff as they are. Stop remaking shit. Come up with original ideas. It's like, at the minute, you've got all these, like, live-action Disney movies coming out. It's just fucking pointless. Make some original stuff like that. What's the latest Disney movie that's come out? The animated one, Moana. Have you seen that? It's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. Just do more stuff like that instead of just remaking classic stuff from people's childhood. Beauty and the Beast was absolutely shite, that live version. It was absolutely bollocks. Sorry. We're going a bit off topic now. We're delving into the realms of fantasy Disney movies instead of talking about science fiction and Elite Dangerous. Right, we're 4 jumps away from the next bookmark. There we go. The stars look like they're coming back to normal now. Yeah, it may have been a glitch in game or something, because the stars are back to being super dense again now. Remake it as a TV series? Sure. Remake it as a movie? No thanks. Yeah, I agree. A TV series could be okay because then you don't have to remake it. You could just like tell new stories within like the Matrix universe. Because obviously there's going to have been a lot of other stuff happening before, like on the side of the Matrix movies, or even before the Matrix movies, or whatever. Before the one was found. Before Keanu Reeves got his miserable face in. I do realise we're living in the age of remakes, but Matrix, ? Says Elliot. It's just daft. The age of remakes is ridiculous. I'm getting tired of it. I wish people would just come up with original ideas. I'm trying to think of remakes that are actually good. I quite like the Jungle. Going back to Disney movies, I quite liked the Jungle Book live action one. That was pretty good, but Beauty and the Beast is shite. Not seen Cinderella. No interest in watching it, really. Saying that, talking of science fiction, actually, the reboot of Power Rangers, I thought was okay. I thought that was pretty good. There was a few things I didn't like about it, being a huge Power Rangers fan. But overall, I thought it was good. Right, so 2 jumps away from the next bookmark. And then that brings us up to about 1 hour and 25 minutes. So once we reach the next bookmark, I'm going to end this stream for tonight, guys. Still only at the blue-white stars. Give me some neutron stars, give me some black holes! Ah! Right. How awesome does that look? I love zipping past these blue-white stars in virtual reality. Look at that, that is fucking awesome.
Frameshift drive charging.
There cannot be other stories in the Matrix universe. The whole Matrix is centered around the path of Neo in an endless loop. Oh, yeah. I would quite like to see a lot of some more of the Matrix without Neo in it. Because he was cool in the first one, but then when he got like his weird superpowers and he could fly and stuff like that, and it's just a bit shite. And it looked like he was made of rubber. The special effects in the second and third one were absolutely shite. Well, one thing was for sure, they actually were teenagers with attitude in this one for Power Rangers. Yeah, they were, yeah. That's kind of what I liked about it, actually. Right, so let's check out the progress that we've made in this stream so far, guys. I think we are making fantastic progress. Look at that. We've done that in an hour and a half. So we're gonna... Oh, I'm gonna make this in no time. Actually, if I have a look at Colonia on here, we'll be able to find out exactly how far we have travelled in an hour and a half. So we've travelled just short of like 2,000 light years in just an hour and a half. So that is fantastic progress. Genuinely fantastic progress. Ah, brilliant. Look at that. And we're going upwards as well. Fantastic. Yes, very, very pleased with the progress that we've made today, guys. So if you have enjoyed this video, then please be sure to like, share and subscribe. I would very much appreciate it if you would check out my own channel as well. You'll find a link to that on the homepage of the Daydreamer Gaming channel that you are watching right now. I've got plenty of content on my own channel as well, so be sure to check that out. Also be sure to follow us on Twitter. Also follow myself on Twitter at GamingMule88 as well for updates on when I'm likely going to be streaming next and things like that. It's really appreciated, and thank you everybody that's been joining in the comments today. I really appreciate it. Elliot's just said the map will probably lag a lot near the centre. I am fully expecting that. It is, because the star density is going to be immense. It is going to be crazy, to quote Odyssey 2001. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope I'll see you all again soon. Thank you for watching Gaming with Mule live on Daydreamer Gaming. See you soon. Bye now.